announcement received more than 600,000 views its first day on YouTube, while the president's actual announcement received only 150,000. In a related story, a parody of a right-wing talk show host has outlasted a real right-wing talk show. Yes. On Wednesday, Glenn Beck announced he was leaving Fox and compared himself to Paul Revere. It's a very clear comparison. One man fought tyranny and stood on the side of the everyman, and the other was Glenn Beck. Bristol Palin made over $250,000 with her teen pregnancy prevention work. Ironically, abstinence money will send her bastard to college. In a related story, Muammar Gaddafi has announced he will shoot a public service announcement promoting mental health awareness. Gaddafi sent a letter to President Obama on Wednesday. We're now going to present the text of that letter in a segment we call No Jokes, Just Information.
No jokes, just information. No jokes, just information. No jokes, just information.
The actual text of the letter. We have been hurt more morally than physically because of what had happened against us in both deeds and words by you. Despite all this, you will always remain our son, whatever happens. We still pray that you continue to be President of the USA. We endeavor and hope that you will gain victory in the new election campaign. NATO is waging an unjust war against the small people of a developing country. Our dear son, Excellency Baraka Hussein Abu Umama, your intervention in the name of the USA is a must.
2, 3, 4.
No jokes, just information. No jokes, just information. No jokes, just information. Oh gosh, Marion, thanks so much for bringing us here. That meal was fantastic.
Yeah, you know, I love trying new places. It really makes me feel like I'm doing something with my life.
And congratulations to the both of you. May you have a long and happy life together.
Oh, thank you. We're so glad we saw him give you the ring.
And I'm just glad we're in an outdoor restaurant. I can finally smoke a cigarette.
Right?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. The new law in Santa Monica went into effect on Thursday, which actually means you can't smoke outside of apartment building doors, windows, or vents, which is aimed at preventing people like you from smoking on patios like this one.
I guess I'll be right back then. Guys can just.
We don't want your money.
Then what's going on?
You're an abomination to society.
You drive up the healthcare costs.
You pollute the air. You litter.
Brad, Marion, this is crazy.
We think not.
Debbie, I thought you loved me.
Is this true, ma'am?
I've never seen this man before.
No!
It's like he was never here.
I have to admit, I used to smoke, and there's something delicious about the raw taste of the smoker's lungs.
Well, at least the harvest will be good.
Are you sure you don't want to retract, Mr. Trump?
I'm sorry, Miss Cork. I stand by my original statement. The whereabouts of President Obama's birth is still unknown. Terry, I love this video chat. When they get tired of somebody, they just disappear. It's classy.
Sir, your alignment with the birthers could affect your run for presidency.
I don't think so. Terry, I think it'll only enhance my chances.
But this isn't business where you're a dictator.
The benevolent dictator.
Sir, the world of politics is very different.
I know, but I need a new challenge. I don't want to go to my grave thinking I could have. Besides, I have enough money to buy as many votes as I need. Steve Burke, how's things at NBC Universal?
Oh, hello, Mr. Trump. How are you? Look, I'm going to have to ask you to abort your presidency.
Why would I do that?
Because at the end of The Apprentice means the end of NBC, which means a lot of people will be out of jobs, which would be very bad for the economy.
I understand the domino effect, but I have no intention of quitting The Apprentice.
But it's a conflict of interest.
Are you kidding? It'll be the greatest reality show in the history of television. President Trump is going to fire generals, secretaries of state, instead of D-list actors who don't know how to make copies.
Mr. Sheen on line 2.
Yes, Charlie?
Hey, Donald, how you doing? Listen, Donald, I admire you a lot, and I think there's a lot of things that you and I share with each other.
You're wrong. Continue.
Listen, Mr. Trump, Mr. Trump, I don't think you should run for president. Listen, I've been in TV for a very long time, and I thought I had a lot of things to say, but I didn't. I mean, besides saying I enjoy getting high, that's pretty much it. But now I go on stage for 2 hours by myself every night, read short stories I wrote in high school.
You're right, Charlie. I don't have anything to say. I'm just like you, except I'm not foolish enough to get rid of my writers. Goodbye forever.
We have Mrs. Palin on line 1.
Hello, Don.
No, Sarah, I will not be your vice president.
I'm calling to tell you that I think you should run for president. I don't know that you'll win, but you'll certainly make me look normal in comparison. And you'll probably be the next Ross Perot.
That broad plays tough.
Yes, sir.
Terry, I think she was born in Kenya. Let's get our people on that.
How many motherfucking times are we gonna have to win this motherfucking war?
Oh, the entire government's shut down. None of us are going to be getting paid.
That means we can go home.
Criticizing attempts to limit abortion rights, Florida State Representative Scott Randolph suggested women should incorporate their uteruses, giving them the same protection afforded corporations. Been there, done that, said Octomom Nadia Suleiman. Transocean, owner and operator of the oil rig in the BP disaster, has given its executives bonuses and bragged that 2010 was its safest year on record. This leads one to ponder, if 2010 was their safest year, what environmental disasters did we not hear about? Southwest Airlines grounded 79 planes this week after a 5-foot hole ripped open on top of a Boeing 737 mid-flight. Commented Samuel L. Jackson, there's a motherfucking hole on this one. Red Cross has yet to distribute any of the $1.3 billion it has received in donations for Japanese disaster relief. A spokesman said, "We're not investing $1.3 billion until Japan can prove we've seen the last of debt-inducing earthquakes." With that in mind, here's a message from our sponsor.
Here at Pacific Gas and Electric, we want you to know about radiation. Did you know that the word radiation refers to the gentle motion in which energy travels? And did you know that fuels from fossil fuels pollute and destroy our environment on a daily basis? I'll bet you didn't know that costly research to find sustainable energy will raise your taxes. Oh, it sure will. But whatever fears you may harbor about radiation from nuclear energy, they're groundless. The truth is, it's everywhere. Don't worry. Here's TV star and Olympic gold medalist Maribeth Monroe to tell you more.
Did you know your television takes electricity from your walls and converts it into electron emissions that make moving pictures? But without radiation, your favorite programming is nothing more than a dead box reflecting the moonlight. Boring. Let's meet Sally. She's talking to her friend about her menstrual cycle. As she speaks, waves radiate from her cell phone, and yet she's still alive. Way to go, Sally! What about Mother's microwave? Well, the good news is that pesky parasites will soon be irradiated from your food. So say goodbye to Ebola. So long, salmonella. See, nuclear power does have its cons, but really, the good folks at Pacific Gas and Electric are not going to tell you that. Now sure, all these experts back here are wearing hazmat suits, but that's only because it's fashionable. And if you ever spilled coffee on yourself, wowzers, that hurts. So seriously, consider the future. Consider nuclear energy. Because you have to, because we say so.
Paid for by the California Energy Commission. The effects of high levels of radiation are unknown. All the aforementioned statements may be considered untrue and will be fought in a court of law. Do not attempt to eat money. Any similarity to actual beings is coincidental.
It should have a tone that's so friendly it's creepy. That describes me perfectly.
That's Marion's specialty. Also, for Second City this week, we'd like to do something with your workaholics character. Now, who's been working on something like that? Tom?
Yeah, I was thinking that your character, Maribeth, she could be really concerned that her husband's becoming a workaholic. So then she tries to spice up her sex life, and hilarity ensues.
Yeah, see, the thing is that my character doesn't have a husband on the show, and her name isn't Maribeth. It's actually Alice. Maribeth was a character I played on According to Jim.
I thought this was a spin-off.
Nope, the only thing they have in common is that they're comedies. That's about it.
Oh, okay. Your character, Alice,
Yes.
Is very concerned that she is becoming a workaholic. So she goes to talk to her boss about it, and hilarity ensues.
Yeah, see, Alice is the boss. Yeah, she's the boss of 2, or actually 3 burnouts named Adam, Blake, and Anders. Yeah, so that idea is wrong.
Carl?
My idea is the same as Brian's, so.
Okay, look, you guys, it's pretty obvious that you didn't watch the show.
Well, it just aired Wednesday, so.
What I'm hearing is that we let MB down. Who was responsible for T-voting?
Oh, come on, it was on only once. No one probably saw it, and if they did, it's probably not in the collective unconscious of the American public. This can't be happening again.
See that, Maribeth? We care so much about how you're perceived that we removed all traces of our colleague.
Yeah, wait a minute. If it's not in the audience's collective unconscious yet, then they won't know what we're doing is wrong.
So Julian died in vain?
Julian's death wasn't in vain. In fact, he put us right on track. Quick, somebody consult the Julian robot.
And here she is, recreating her new starring role as Alice on Workaholics, Maribeth Monroe.
Hello, Alice. Well, hello, Alice.
Clisbee is my last name on my TV show.
You're the boss, Alice. Don't be cross, Alice. What we did